Welcome back to First Choice TV Show, your own show on Travel TV on every Monday to Friday between 6 to 8 p.m. As you people know, it's a very interesting discussion going on with Diane, and Diane is giving us the best possible ways how to avoid the frauds in the life and how we should be cautious. I myself was a victim when I came in 2003. Somebody brought out about $5,000 from my bank account. Later on, bank after investigation put back the money, but it was defrauded. So you people should be very careful, and she has given you a lot of ways to avoid. Never give your card number to anybody. Never give your date of birth to anybody. Never give your SIN number to anybody. Never share your information with unknown person where it is not required. Never give your name even. Protect your children IDs. Protect your better half IDs. Protect your own ID. The way you can avoid the frauds. Coming back to the book, as we were discussing about book, yeah, can you explain how you correlate the incidents in the book and what was the motivation behind it, and how did you shape up the proceedings in the book?
Well, that's a little funny story. Because a couple months ago, if you'd asked me about writing a book, I would say, not me. However, you know, they say when you have a voice, you have to find your voice.
Yeah.
And basically, a voice can be in a book, it can be in a song, it could be in the work that you do.
Yep.
But I always knew, based with the company I was with, I know there was a way I had to bring across this. And I pretty much dedicated my life saying, okay, I'm going to let people know. And I do, you know, sessions for youths and seniors and groups. But because it's something I knew so well, I read a book by a gentleman, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to know how to research and so forth. But his book was very simple, and it was like a layman's term.
Okay.
And I said, no, I can do it like that.
Yeah.
So I sat down one day, and for 3 hours, and I just put thoughts to the page. It was all mixed up, but I put thoughts to the page. But I said, if I had the book, I had the name first, and we played with the name. And I kept adding to the book and adding to the book. And of course, I will be honored if you put your testimonial in the book, because this is what I want. I have scenarios, I have really live testimonial, because something's going to resonate with someone.
Okay.
And they're going to say, maybe I should really question. That is the whole thing about the book. But it's been a very, 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 it's an experience that I'm learning a lot about the industry. And I also wrote a children illustrated version to the book.
Okay.
As well, which hasn't been published. It's just in my mind, but I actually wrote it out, and I wanted to be a children's version where parents could teach children, and we'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
As well.
Sure.
And from that, it's spinning off other things, because I believe one of the biggest problems people have is people don't ask questions.
Sure.
So now it's making me think about what else I can do, and what else I can do, and what else. And it's just like a simple idea. It's a very big learning process, pretty much, but it is a simple idea that just, and here I am right now. And this was a couple months ago.
Great. I mean, that's interesting. And writing a book, or from once you conceive an idea, then you put that into the jot down the notes, or put into the paperwork or whatever. So this book, Mrs. Fraud and You.
And I wrote every word of it.
That's interesting. That's good. We will definitely be having a look at it and read it. Is there any illustration or kind of thing? Because as you just mentioned that some pictures of email, or you just mentioned in an interview. Is there any illustration so that people can see, oh, this is what it looked like, to get aware of?
That's in the works. I'm looking for illustrations, possibly, or even put in some inserts of keywords. Some people are very visual as well. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet.
Okay.
Per se, to get the right. I have to get the right images in the right areas.
In order to make it more interesting.
To make it very much interesting as well. I don't want to make it too long
Okay.
as well. I
Yeah.
want it to be under 100 pages for the simple reason it's a quick read. Someone could spend a couple hours, keep it in their wallets and so forth, because it is the ABC version to identity theft. And I've written it in a way that it's generic for, it doesn't matter which country you're from, because
Okay.
there is no reference to Canadian
All right.
or American or Trinidad, because every country has its own issues. It's just, fraud is fraud, regardless of how you look at it.
Yeah.
And I wanted that as well, because again, like we were speaking, it would be going to the Caribbean. Who
Okay.
knows who would go to? And
Yeah.
I don't want people to say, "Oh, this is American or Canadian book."
Okay.
That's not what I wanted. I wanted
It's an
to
international book.
It's an international book. That's
Yeah.
correct.
True. So, since we are coming to the end of the discussion, my question, the final question will be, is there any material or is there any chapter for the victims as well, if they are being defrauded, or if they
Or
are,
you have interviewed
is
them
there-
or anything like
is there
that?
any remedy kind of thing, or how they can come out of that that situation?
There are actually real life scenarios, like one of the girls I was telling you about with the house. As well, I have a couple business partners who've been
Okay.
picked up many times around.
Okay.
I also have testimonials, real life testimonials. I also have scenarios
Right.
as well. If someone hears me right now and want to voice their as
Yeah.
a victim,
Experience or
please
whatever.
give me a call, because I want this to be live and as real as possible.
Okay.
I don't want to put words out there and say and make up stories. That's not what I'm here. I could tell you stories,
Yeah.
but I tell you stories in the book, which I do. But I also want testimonials where you can be anonymous, or we could just put initial, which I've done.
Always.
But that's what it is. Use it as your voice to help somebody else.
That's interesting.
And that's basically what it is. That I rather put 20 more pages of stories than put facts in there, because it's really about stories that
Right.
actually resonates with people, not the facts. And how you can help, like I said,
Yeah.
just watch your back.
Yeah.
Watch whatever you do, particularly your kids.
True.
Your parents. You never know who your friends are.
Yeah.
Just be cautious. And the big thing is, please, your passwords. Protect your password. Change your
Yeah.
password. It's all in the quiz too, there is the quiz, like I said, and ask you how often should you change your password.
Okay. True.
There's a lot of things there that you think, and I know it sounds very trivial, and it's like, but it's the questions we used to get all the time at the bank, the simple questions that people don't think about. For example, in the rural area, I didn't know the mailbox with the flags.
Yeah.
I didn't know it had a meaning to handle. But one of my managers had said they had just changed this. Instead of up and down, it rotates.
Okay.
Now, imagine that's out in the road. It's not locked. Well, maybe most of them are not.
Yeah.
But in the old days, they were not. But people get a little bit more cautious now. But think of it that way. People just pass and pick up your mail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. While sitting in their car, because this
Yeah.
is so handy. and so-
Absolutely. So, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. And if you have any questions, call me, email me. This is a topic we can talk for hours about.
True.
But go and Google it.
And basically, what I feel that police is also quite concerned about what is happening with frauding and defrauding and all
Absolutely.
this. I think so. They feel very comfortable all of a sudden if the book like this is coming to the market, a person like you there to help the people.
Absolutely,
So-
I'd be honored to do that, because I actually was up at one of the in the North region at the headquarters, and we were there, and the anti-fraud department was there, and we had all the
Sure.
fraud cards and equipment and for the machine. It was there, and you'd be surprised some of the questions that people were asking. I'm coming from the banking side, I come from the other
Okay.
side. I've seen all sides of it, but it's very interesting that it's a topic that you see every day
All right.
in the media, on the TV. It's not going away. It's getting worse and worse, and still people are very, very lack about it. It's
True.
unfortunate.
Since we discussed today about this Mrs. Fraud and you, it is not only a book. It is it is a full-fledged, I would say, a protection to you and your family. And what else is in the book? For that, you have to get this book, get a copy of it, and you can visit www.dhyan-ojar-Ali.com, and you can contact Rawal TV and us as well for more detail, or you can contact directly, as Dhyan has just mentioned, about your story, so that is also documented in this book. And in the end, I would like to ask you another, which will be a closing, kind of thing as well. So, because we are short of time, since this is your first book.
Yes.
Are you planning some other books as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's all in my mind.
I'm coming to the point, like when we are discussing about frauds or something like that, I just want to remember my good friend, Mr. Siddiqui. He had a big fraud.
Let's get him in the book.
Yeah, so he should read the book, or he should come and contact you how to avoid that sort of fraud. Somebody basically called him and gave him a insurance about some channel or something like that, and charged him $20,000, and ultimately that person was nobody, and he declared his bankruptcy and fled.
Yes.
And that's what is happening, the frauds by the name, by this thing. He even floated a big documents to show his that he's a real one, or there is no doubt,
yes,
or something like that. So people should avoid these sort of frauds, and Mrs. Fraud and You is a very important book, and the information, if you people want to take, like you have heard, what sort of measures, what sort of protections, what sort of precautions you people should take, and if you have still to discuss something more about frauds, or if you have met with a fraud or you have been defrauded, so call only one number. Dhyan will definitely going to help you, Dhyan, and Dhyan number is, can you speak your number?
416-855-3544. And I also would like to say that before I thank both you, Mr. Lumba and Mr. Nagra, we do this for businesses and employees, be awareness. So if you have a business and you want me to come in, there's no charge to you.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I'd be honored to do so.
So thank you very much, Dhyan, for coming to the show, and it was a pleasure meeting you and discussing about your book. So it was a very interesting conversation. I hope our viewers, they enjoyed it, and we'll take a leave now, and we'll see you guys next time. Keep watching Rawal TV, First Choice TV show, every day, Monday to Friday, 6 to 8 p.m.
Thank you very much, Dhyan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.